Hello YouTube friends, it's the last day of 2018, New Year's Eve, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's really getting quite dark already, and I've been looking back over some of the videos from the past, not many, just a few, and I thought we'd have a little bit of a reflect on this channel and what we've been doing here this last full year, because I started filming myself on this little iPad just to see how it would be, really, in about September time 2016. Is that right? 2017. Not very good with numbers. Yeah, 2017. And so the whole of this last year, 2018, has been my whole first full year of making these little videos for you guys and for me. I make them for me too. So I thought I'd look back on some of them and see what it is we've done together here. And I looked back at the Happy New Year one from last year. Oh dear me, I'm not going to leave an iCard to it, because I'm amazed really by how things have changed and developed in the way that I present these little videos to you. The sound quality was really poor. I've got this now that hopefully has addressed that one. There was no editing at all until I discovered how easy iMovie is to use. It's so easy. And I was doing that on my little iPad, and now I do all the iMovie on my computer. Again, really easy, all these easy things. So this year then has been quite a big learning curve for me. Steep learning curve. And for Christmas, Anna, my daughter-in-law, gave me this. And it's a very smart book. You know how we all like books, blank books. Well, this one isn't blank, because this one is going to be my planner. So in here there are plans for things that I might do here, little videos about. Some quite interesting ones on there already. There's things I might do for the shop, things I'm going to print. Now, those of you who are just here, this year I printed 100 copies, that one's number 55, of this little book about the world's best cat, Norma. And quite a few of you, well, 54 of you have got it now. And I've been getting some lovely feedback from you about this little book. Encouraged me to do some more of these. So I've got about 5 or 6 more ready. And my plan is that I'm going to print one of these a month, or rather, yeah, I'm going to print one of these a month. And I was looking this morning to see which one would be the next one. There's not a sequence to them. They're all just little standalone stories. My beautiful Norma. Some nice pictures of her in here. So I'm going to print some more little books like that, and they'll be available in the shop. I've been really pleased by how well the Advent readings were received. Not by, many people, but, maybe 100 plus people have looked at the Advent readings. I chose a book that I really, really love by an author, that some of you may not have heard of. I love children's books. And I've been so pleased by how well received that's been. So there's definitely going to be some more serializations of my favourite books in the future. I'll do one next Advent for sure, on a daily basis like I did this year. But there may be some other ways that we can access some of that as well, because I just love doing that. And as I say, it seems to have been quite well received. So this book then, which is already got loads of sections in it. So there's a whole page about the ideas that I want to do for the Patreon family that's growing now. Fantastic little collection of people who've gathered together there to support me in a different way, which is amazing. I'll stress again, Patreon is completely voluntary and it won't affect the content on this channel at all, but it is going to be something that I do more of in 2019. So this book then is my planning book, and I'm hoping it's going to get stuffed full of ideas soon. There's already a fair few in there. In fact, I woke up in the middle of the night and had to write another one down. As well, I'd like to say to you, if there's anything that you would like me to do a video about, because I live here and I go about my day-to-day life, and it might be that you think, well, like the pictures on the wall behind me as I did the Advent reading, I just live with those pictures. But a few people said, oh, show us those pictures, Kate. And so now I'm going to do that little series. I'll do one now at the end of this video. I'm going to do that little series where we look at each of they've all got a story. All of them have got a story that I'll choose one today and we'll do another one. We did my birthday card last time, didn't we? So I think what's evolved over this year is I am really, really enjoying the way that this whole YouTube experience is evolved for me. I had no idea that I would find people all over the world who shared the same kind of slow, simple, gentle things that I enjoy, and maybe have the same sense or same idea of slowing the world down a bit. I often feel that that's what I do here. I sort of, when you're on one of those roundabouts that's going really, really fast and you put your foot down to try and slow it down. I feel as though I've got my foot down permanently, and I've reached a point in my life. It'll be my birthday soon, and I'll be 63. And I've reached a point where I feel more contented with the pace of my life than I ever have, which is just lovely for me to be able to say that. It's not always been the case. I think maybe, I don't know what people, I'm going to edit this bit out for sure, but I give this out here to you, and people fill in the blanks and make up the bits that they don't know. I'm sure they do, because I do that about the YouTubers that I follow, the ones that I really enjoy watching, and I think, oh, I wonder what it's like for her when, or him or them, when the camera's turned off. And nobody really knows, do they? It's not very much different from me, actually. It's not very much different, but it is funny it is tempting, isn't it, to make assumptions about how people live their lives. Anyway, I want to show you today then. I've just taken Eileen to the lake for the last swim of 2018, and she did enjoy it. I've left the gates open. I'm going to have to go back in a minute and make sure that she's walked back down again. I'm sure she has. But she stands up there flapping and preening for such a long time, it gets quite cold. So I usually leave her to it and come back down again. But she had a lovely time. She really enjoyed it. And so did I. So the year's coming to an end. I think I said last year, not a big one for making New Year's resolutions or, making bold statements about things I might do. Because I think if you want to do something, you should just do it and not wait for it to be the first of the month or the first of the year or Monday, or wait for, when I've got this, when this happens, I'll be able to do that. When I've got enough money collected together, I'll be able to do that. I don't think we should wait for anything. If you want to do something, just collect together the things you need and just do it. Obviously, some of those things need to take time to plan or maybe to save for or whatever. But I've never been a great one for, birthdays with a zero on or or big New Year's days or anything like that. Not really. You know, now seize this moment. This is a good moment. So I'm going to put those pictures of Eileen on now, and you can watch them. And then I'm going to go and choose which photograph on the wall or which picture I'm going to tell you about. So I'll just edit this now, and then I'll do that. So I'd like to say Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year. And for those of you who are new here, and that's amazing because there's quite a lot of you, I'd really like to welcome you to the last homely house east of the sea, where lovely things happen. One of the things in this book here, in this list, I am going to tidy this out. I'm going to take one drawer at a time and tidy it out until the whole thing is sorted, tidy, and I know what's in there. I might bring you along for some of that. I'm sure to find all sorts of things in there that I've forgotten I have, because I haven't tidied that out in years. Anyway, YouTube friends, we're going to have a lovely new year, aren't we? If you're in New Zealand and Australia, it's tomorrow already. So happy January the 1st to you, but Happy New Year to everyone else. And I'll see you next year. So here's the picture wall, and the one I've chosen to talk about today for no good reason is this one. This is a poster from the first Lord of the Rings film, The Fellowship of the Ring, and my nephew bought it from New Zealand. It was from the premiere in Wellington, and every actor signed it. Viggo Mortensen there, Ian Holm, Liv Tyler, Ian McKellen, Gwyneth Paltrow, Hugo Weaving, Elijah Wood. They're all there, every one of them. And this was a gift to me from my nephew. He made the frame because he's a very clever guy, and gave it to me. I'm over the moon with it. It's one of my absolute favourite possessions. So it just sits up there, and every time my nephew and his family come to visit, we usually watch one of the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings movies, sometimes more than one. No, I love that. I love that poster. I've just popped Eileen on the end here. I opened the gate, went down to find her. There, you can just see her in the distance there, and me chasing after her. I've got two big sticks there, and I'm going to drive her through the gate up to the lake. She knows the way. She's done it many times. But of course she takes a wrong turn and goes past the car and into the farm track. Oh. So I decided before I drove her back I ought to shut that gate, otherwise I'd be chasing her around the garden. And then she just decided she knew the way. There are a lot of mallard live on the lake, just wild mallard. And she never has anything to do with them, or they her. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and just leave this clip of Eileen here, so that you can click off if you want to. But watch it, because here's a bird taking joy in a simple thing like water. And she has such a good time. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.